Hi, my name is Coach Roddy with the Texas Thunder Track and Field Youth Organization. For the last 2 weeks, we have been talking about developing neurons and how to take a 3,000 meter runner and drop them down to a 200, 400, 800 meter runner. Today, we will be discussing the types of food that will also help enhance those neurons. And we will be doing a pumpkin seed encrusted salmon served with a blueberry, raspberry, and avocado spring mix salad with cherry tricolor tomatoes. For those of you who might not know, I am a certified chef. I have a degree in applied science of food. I graduated from the San Diego Culinary Institute of Arts of America, as well as the Texas Culinary Arts of Cordon Bleu. Now, the first step that we're going to do in preparing this salmon, we're going to use some progressive breadcrumbs, and we're going to put this breadcrumbs inside of the blender. We're also going to use some pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds inside of here. We're going to use some Parmesan cheese to help enhance the flavor of this pumpkin seed encrusted salmon. And last, we're going to use some seasoning, salt, and black pepper, a little brown sugar that we're going to put inside of here. Now, we're going to use our blender. We're going to pulse the food. So, first thing I'm going to do is hit mix. Then we're going to pulse it. You want to make sure that this mixture is well mixed. You want to make sure that the cheese is well grated, as well as the pumpkin seed. So what we're doing now is pulsing, making sure that the breadcrumbs, the spices, the pumpkin seed, and Parmesan cheese is well blended together. You don't want any hard piece of material or ingredient inside of this, because this will be used to coat the salmon. Any seasoning that you have left, this seasoning is good inside of a refrigerator at least up to a week. So if you have any leftover seasoning, make sure you save that. Don't throw it away. You can see how well blend the pumpkin seed and Parmesan cheese is. I have my assistant Aretha. She will be tasting the breadcrumb spice to see if it's up to par. For those who don't know, Aretha also helps a lot with growing our products. She also helps out a lot with cooking products and cooking the food as well.
Tastes good.
Next, we're going to start breading our salmon. As you can see, this is a very, very beautiful piece of salmon. Most of the time you want to check when you run your finger up and down to see if there's any pin bones. But this salmon right here is a very beautiful piece of salmon. And we will be cooking this salmon with skin on. You don't want to take the skin off. Some people like to take the skin off, but we're not going to take the skin off because we want to preserve that moisturization inside of the salmon. Beautiful piece of salmon. So we're going to be cutting this salmon for a family of 5. and we're going to be cutting it in roughly about 4 to 6 ounces of pieces. And make sure you have a really good sharp knife. Perfect for a family of 5. Really good fresh salmon from H-E-B. Next, I will be rubbing down the salmon with some really extra fine virgin olive oil. And the reason why I'm going to put this olive oil on the salmon, because I want the pumpkin seed and crust to be able to stick on the salmon. So we're going to pour some olive oil on the salmon. Not a lot, because you're going to use this same olive oil to place inside of your skillet. So we're putting the fish inside, the salmon inside our crust. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that pumpkin seed, the Parmesan seeds, and you want to be able to see some of the nice seasoning that hides inside of it. Our next step, as you can see, we have the olive oil over here in the skillet. Make sure you have a really good non-stick skillet, and that's what we're going to be using. I have the heat right around at medium, because what we want to do, we want to start searing our salmon inside of the already heated oil. And if you want to know if your oil is hot enough, just take some of your seasoning and put it in here. And as you can see, it's beginning to fizz. That means your oil is ready to take on the next ingredient. What we do not want is to overcrowd our product. You don't want to overcrowd it. So we're going to take our time and allow that product to work. And use our wooden spatula. And we're cooking it at a medium. Some people like to cook their salmon at a medium rare, but I like to cook mine, and my family and I, we like to eat ours at a medium stage. So we're going to gently take this salmon, allow it to cook probably about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Like I say, we're still cooking the salmon with the skin on, so it's going to preserve all the juices. So we're going to gently turn this salmon over. Look at that beautiful crust. That is a beautiful crust. That is what you're looking for. A lot of people like to score their salmon on the back. And scoring is, I can show you guys what I mean when it comes to scoring. This is scoring your salmon. You're going to take your knife and you're going to come down, down, down. And what that does is prevent the skin from curling up. But that's what we're looking for. Beautiful, that beautiful, nice salmon with that beautiful coloration. And that's what you're going to be looking for. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that beautiful coloration, golden brown. So we're going to take this salmon right here, which is a beautiful, sitting right at a beautiful medium rare right there. That is a beautiful salmon. If you can see that beautiful medium rare that's sitting. So we're going to take that salmon right there out. Now we're going to take our other piece of salmon, and we're going to gently place this salmon off inside the oil that's already has been cooking, that we have been using. And since the size are different, we're going to be able to put 2 pieces of salmon into this skillet. And we're going to continue to cook this salmon for about 3 minutes on one side, and then we're going to flip it over and cook it for another 3 minutes. Now, if you choose not to like a salmon at a medium rare stage, then it's okay to cook your salmon to a medium stage, which is going to take you about 6 minutes on each side. Um, I have never cooked a salmon that well done. I will not cook a salmon that well done. I've never cooked a salmon at medium well, and I will not cook a salmon or a tuna at that temp. So if anyone out there is asking about how come you can't cook a salmon well done, I refuse to cook a beautiful piece of meat that is high in omega-3 at well done to take away all of those omega vitamins that you're trying to get to enhance your neurons. Now, as you can see, this salmon has been cooking totally about 3 minutes. You can see that white line that shows that is right at the stage that we need to flip it. So we're gonna flip it, both salmon. Make sure you're wearing gloves, guys. You don't ever want to be in the kitchen cooking someone else's food with your bare hands unless your hands are extremely clean. And if you're gonna be cooking with your bare hands, make sure every 2 to 3 seconds or every 2 to 3 minutes, I really don't want to say minutes, but make sure you're constantly wiping and cleaning your hands constantly if you're choosing to cook without gloves on. Now we are finishing up our last 2 pieces of salmon. Once we're done cooking our salmon, we will begin the process of plating up our salad, our spring mix salad, and I will show you guys the finished product later. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with cutting the avocado in strips, what I did is I kept the avocado off inside of the shell, and I made several cuts inside of the avocado shell. And now what I'm going to do is take my knife, and I want to just go around the bottom of the shell like so to make sure that I'm bringing that avocado out just like that. I will be placing the salmon on the plate with the spring mix salad that we discussed and talked about earlier in the video. And the way I will be doing this, I will be using my avocado. You want to gently, guys, place that avocado like so. Like so. 3 avocados. And then I will be following that with 3 raspberry, with 3 blueberries, and I will be using my tri-colored tomatoes with cherry red, cherry yellow, cherry orange, and I will be placing the salmon that will be sitting right on top. Now, the salmon that we have created, I will be making a balsamic vinaigrette. And what we're going to do, we're going to take some balsamic vinegar. And we're just going to pour enough vinegar in here so that we will be able to emulsify it with olive oil. Now I will be adding my olive oil to emulsify this, so that we will have a very consistent dressing that will be drizzled or placed on the plate over the salmon. First, I'm going to turn it on in a pulp stage. Slowly drizzling it in so that we can emulsify the stuff together. We don't want a very runny vinaigrette. So as you can see, the dressing has been emulsified together. That's what you're looking for. And this dressing right here will be placed over the salmon. It is a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. Now we will be adding some black pepper. And guys, when you guys are adding black pepper and salt and sugar to this vinaigrette, just kind of go off of taste. Myself, I will be adding about a teaspoon and a half salt. And if you want to know what's a teaspoon, guys, this is a teaspoon. So I will be adding about 2 teaspoons of salt. And my hands are very clean. I have already washed my hands, so my hands are very clean. Sugar, you want to use sugar because you want to balance the acidity that's inside the vinaigrette. So I will be using 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then I will turn on my processor again to make sure that everything is well. And this is what we're looking for, a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. All right, now, with that being said, the final thing is to drizzle the dressing over the plate. So as you can see, this is our finished product. And this is a dish that would help enhance your neurons. Thank you for joining us as we continue to make videos on how to develop neurons and how to take a 3,000-meter runner and transform them into a 2, 4, and 8, especially your 2.
Don't forget to subscribe.